Yeah, my boxing brothers, how are you doing? Well, now it's only a matter of time. The great heavyweight rematch is just around the corner. Well, this is the biggest heavyweight match of this year, definitely. No doubt about it, especially now that Mr. Fury has retired. He had unretired and he re-retired. Yeah, I'm of course talking about the this Saturday's fight between Usyk and Joshua. Yeah, Joshua. There are of course many questions whether Joshua will be able to put on at least a better performance, or if we will see just a repeat of the last September's fight where Joshua was soundly dominated by Alexander Usyk. Yeah, the Cossack machine warrior. Yeah, well, of course, as many of you know, Joshua has now gotten himself a new trainer, Robert Garcia. Even though I hear he's not his only trainer, but anyway, I do expect Garcia to be able to maybe make some certain changes. I don't think he can change Joshua that much, at this stage. Because Joshua's main problem is his own mind, he gets inside his own mind too much and he doubts himself. This was obvious the first time he faced adversity against Andy Ruiz Jr. Yeah. He wasn't able to cope with it and he quit. That's what happened. Basically, he quit after being down too many times. But he wasn't really finished yet. Yeah. So that's his main problem. That's the biggest difference here. The size ain't the biggest difference here, definitely. Nor is the power actually such a great difference. Even though Joshua does hit harder than Usyk, there's no question. But still, he doesn't hit as hard as Deontay Wilder, for instance. So that's had he had that power, then maybe he would maybe could have won the first fight. But yeah, I mean the problem was the punches that he was landing were not really the few ones that he landed were not so great, lacking power and precision and speed. So yeah. Usyk on the other side is, very confident still. He's got great chin, of course, great chin, great boxing skills, definitely superior movement, the defense, speed, and yeah, only the power. It's only the power and the size that are the advantages of Anthony Joshua, alright? Only. So that's not easy, of course, when you're facing a guy who is so defensively, sorry, technically sound as Mr. Usyk, and all you got is the puncher's chance. It's hard, of course, it's not gonna be easy. I mean, that's why I don't really give Joshua much better chance this time either. I think all the people who are now, you know, hyping him to win this rematch aren't being very realistic. They are thinking with their hearts and not their minds. Yeah. I mean, even I've seen certain people from UK who aren't giving Joshua much chance this time either. And because they are being realistic, they know they're boxing. So, and I think simply Joshua, you know, shouldn't have taken this rematch actually. And even if he should somehow manage to win, uh, it will be like, I mean, why did you have to come so far to fight a former cruiserweight? I mean, he's already lost, right? So there is no, there's too little to win on this because if he knocks out Usyk, people will say, "Oh, he knocked out a smaller guy, and he got lucky." And I think many will say that, and that will probably be the truth because I think you'll need luck to win this fight. Definitely need quite a lot of luck to land those punches, those type of punches on Usyk that can make him, you know, give up or simply not be able to continue. Yeah, I think Joshua will go out start a lot more aggressively than last time. Anyway, I was very surprised by how fast Usyk started, how aggressively he started. I didn't expect that. It's almost as if he knew that Joshua wasn't gonna there's something wrong with Joshua. I don't know if there was really, or if he simply knew that he's that much better. Because he is better, no doubt. I mean, whatever you say, you Joshua fans, he's the better fighter, definitely. He's proven it, and he will prove it again tomorrow. That's what I think. But of course, there can always happen. Even in the last fight, Usyk suffered some like cuts and bruises, and because he's fighting a guy that's much bigger or stronger, you know who can hurt you or cut you even with not his hardest punch. That's how it goes. When you're fighting a naturally bigger, stronger guy. Usyk, I believe himself is rather strong naturally, but he's still, more normal. I mean, physically, when it comes to size and muscles and all that, the build, he's big, but he's normally big, while as Joshua is a little bit above the normal, right? I mean, you can see if you walk out for in a European country anyway or America, you see quite a lot of guys who are 6'3" guys. I mean, but you don't see that many who are 6'6", right? So that's my point. It's a lot more normal to be 6'3" than 6'6". That's for sure. Except maybe in Holland, those places, certain places in Africa. Yeah. So anyway, to cut the long talk short, I think, as I said, Joshua will start. will start more aggressively because he knows he cannot afford to waste. I mean, too many rounds and wait to get off. And in the meantime, he's lost 4 rounds or something like that. He cannot afford it because he knows that very likely this fight is going to the scorecards. Because we know how tough Usyk is. So yeah, we know how good he is also, as I said, both defensively and with his technical abilities and all that. So the best chance for Joshua to win is simply to win enough rounds. And how he's gonna do that? Well, just by being more aggressive and bullying Usyk and landing more punches or at least landing the more eye-catching punches, which will impress the judges. Enough, definitely, yeah. And Usyk, to win, he will simply have to do same thing what he did last, but be a little more cautious this time. I think he will probably because he knows now. Last time Joshua wasn't, you know, uh, in the right mindset. He didn't really know him, as an opponent, and now he lost to Usyk, so he will be looking to avenge that loss, of course. So yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. I mean, Usyk is just his jab is very good. I mean, I think Joshua will first, so you have to keep Usyk at bay, with his jab, and then just simply try to land some big shots, and also tie him up as he comes in, because that's not what he did last time. Not good anyway, not so good. And Usyk will just have to do, as I said, what he did last time, but also pick his shots. I mean, not just throw and throw and throw. Yeah, I mean, but still, he will have to, win on volume, on activity rather than, on the big punches, because he's not the big puncher here, definitely. So my prediction is Usyk wins again. Yeah, can he stop Joshua? I can see that. I can, I can see it, but I'm not gonna really, that's not gonna be my prediction. I don't think that's too safe to bet. I think it might be a more, competitive fight. Probably will than last time. But Joshua, I see him burning himself out in the attempt to knock out Usyk. Sometimes after the eighth round, and then Usyk will probably you know take over simply and box him into submission and into defeat once again. But I can see Usyk having a few shaky moments, but I trust he will, just pull through it because he's such a fine, such a tough son of a gun. And now with the war in his country, he's got an extra motivation to win because he knows how much it will mean to his countrymen, that he remains the champion of the world, the unified champion. So my prediction is that Alexander Usyk wins once again on points. Alright, so that was it. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.